This is NTU Trent Webinar and Scandinavian Study. We have some students here also, so please, if you have any question, doesn't matter what you think about the question, if it is important or not, just ask it, because you will receive information not from me or Camille, but you can have directly information from Richie or Chloe, who are currently working for NTU and have, I hope so, better information than we have.
We're going to try our best.
so let's start with the women first. Chloe.
Hi everyone. So some of you may have met me in country. I came to Slovakia last year, to Bratislava, and I also came to Prague and Brno. Am I pronouncing this right? I'm sorry if my pronunciation is bad. But yeah, so some of you may recognize me from the fair we did before Christmas. So yeah, so hi again if I've met you in country, or if you came to visit as well the university. And yeah, it's good to talk to you, and nice meeting you online if I've never met you before.
Excellent. And Richie? Who is Richie?
Hi everyone. So you won't have met me because I've not been to Slovakia, but my name is Richie, so I support Chloe with students from Europe. So it's our pleasure today to speak to you and give you more information about NTU. And we really want to encourage you as well, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat box, and we will do our best to answer them or get a response to you afterwards. So nice to meet you.
Excellent. Chloe, so maybe if you have your PowerPoint ready, or...
Yes, yeah, I'll start sharing the screen.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, so can you,
yes.
Can you all see the PowerPoint? Yes?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so welcome everyone to Nottingham Trent University virtually. Obviously, in the current circumstances, we can only welcome you virtually. But yeah, it's a pleasure to talk to you today. And yeah, as Richie said, at any time during the webinar, feel free to enter your question in the chat box. We'll address them after we finish with the webinar. So don't feel like we're ignoring you during the webinar. We will definitely address them just after we're done with the PowerPoint. So yeah, so...
Okay, so I don't know if you can see that in the bottom right of the screen. So it's just a fun fact. So that says "A up me duck," and you're probably thinking, what is that? What does that mean? So in Nottingham, I'm from Nottingham, and across Nottinghamshire as well, this is a common way of greeting someone. So if you want to say hello or hi to somebody, people in Nottingham say "A up me duck." So you will hear this amongst friends, you will hear this in the shops, you maybe hear this in restaurants, around university. So that is just a fun fact about "A up me duck." So that's one thing that you can remember for when you start with us at NTU.
Okay.
Actually, I thought it's "A up me dog," like a dog.
No, duck.
It's duck.
So Nottingham, you can see the map there. We're kind of in the middle of the country, I would say. So around 1 hour and 45 minutes from London. So it's really, you know, it's a good place to be because you can explore all around the UK. We've got really good transport links, and you can see the little airport signs as well. So we've got airports in Manchester, and there is an airport close to Nottingham as well as Birmingham, and obviously all of the airports in London. So it is easily accessible by air, but there's also really good rail links, buses. So for when you do have time away from university, I would encourage you to explore more of the UK and get to know more about UK culture as well. So Nottingham Trent University, we proudly were University of the Year 2019. That is from the Guardian University Awards. You can see our previous awards as well. So we won Modern University of the Year in 2018. That was by The Times. And we also won University of the Year 2017 by the Times Higher Education Awards as well. So, you know, this is really positive news because we've got lots of different awards. So what we are doing and our quality of teaching really has been recognised, which I'm sure Chloe will tell you more about now.
Yes, so a bit more, you know, facts for you that makes more sense, because we understand that University of the Year might be quite vague for you. So in the National Student Survey in 2018, we had 93% recommendation from our graduating students, and we had 88% student satisfaction, which was the fourth highest score. So it is a very high student satisfaction. And we were as well in the same survey, top 5 for assessment and feedback. So we do try to give you the best experience as possible when you come to the university. So this includes teaching, obviously, but it also includes everything around it. So that could be, you know, the time you spend there. We'll talk about sports, we'll talk about societies, we'll talk about accommodation, everything that englobes university as a whole essentially is important to us, and make sure that you're having a good time whilst you're studying with us. Another important figures for you is our ranking. So we're currently in the top 20 university in the Guardian University Guide 2020. So this is something that we've been rewarded, and we have been going up rankings in the recent years because we, as you can see with the awards that we've been getting, we are really trying our best to give you the best teaching and best university experience. So this comes with the Teaching Excellence Framework. So this is a framework that assess university and give them a ranking between gold, silver and bronze regarding the teaching. So NTU has TEF gold, so this means we've achieved the highest teaching quality assessed by this body. So what it means to you that when you study with us, we do put a high emphasis on giving you the best teaching as possible, so that when you graduate and you go in industry, you feel like you're capable of getting into a job and doing your best, essentially. So as you can see, creating opportunity, valuing ideas, enriching society, connecting globally, empowering people is all that comes, and this is what all come under TEF Gold. But if you do have any question about TEF Gold, feel free to put it in the chat box. We know it can be a bit complicated to explain, but you should normally see, for each university you may have applied for in the UK, you should normally see the TEF rating stated on the website. So it's a good way of comparing university in general.
That outstanding teaching and learning that Chloe just told you about, that covers all of our campuses. So we do have 4 campuses, which we're just going to give you a little bit more information about now. So the one that you can see at the moment is the City campus. So this really is in the heart of Nottingham city centre. So the campus kind of blends in with the city and the local shops, restaurants, the museums, art galleries, theatre. So it is a really good place to be, and it's, you know, just a couple of minutes walk away from all of the shops. The schools that we have at the City campus, so if you're studying a business course or art and design, architecture, law, social sciences, broadcasting and journalism, and also the Nottingham Language Centre, they are all based at the City campus. And then we move on to the Clifton campus. So a really good thing about the City and all of our campuses is that we do have a university bus that can get you between those campuses if you want to visit them. This also applies to accommodation. So if you're based at the Clifton campus, which is around 15 or 20 minutes by bus into the city centre, if you're based at the Clifton campus, then you can live in the city and use the university bus to travel between the different campuses. So you do have lots of different choices with regards to accommodation. But in terms of the courses that are based at Clifton campus, we've got Arts and Humanities, Science and Tech, and Nottingham Institute of Education as well. And this is where all, most of our sports facilities are as well. So lots of different competitions and things, which Chloe will tell you more about later on in the presentation.
Just adding a quick note to that is that it's important to know that we do have accommodation on campus if you wanted to live on Clifton campus, just like we have accommodation on City campus as well. But there is a wide range available between NTU accommodation and private accommodation, so you do have a great choice. So moving on to Draculas Campus. So this is our third campus. It is located in a rural area, and the main reason for that is because it's where students can study animal, rural and environmental sciences. So it kind of makes sense to be it kind of makes sense being located in an area where it's not in the city centre, because we do need large space and we do need space for the animals and so on. So it is 40 minutes from Nottingham. There is a regular bus service again. So some students like to live on campus. We do have accommodation on Draculas Campus. There is also students' accommodation in the nearest village available that are usually private accommodation. But we do have some students who like to live in the city of Nottingham, in the city centre, and don't mind commuting in the morning. So it's entirely up to you. If you don't mind commuting 40 minutes in the morning, then you can live in the city centre. So this is really like depending on your personal choice, really. But it's a beautiful campus. We would recommend any students to visit anywhere because it just got amazing landscape. And then our last campus is Confetti Campus. So it's a Confetti Institute of Creative Technology. That's its full name. So it's located in the city centre, and it's actually only 10 minutes walk from the main city campus. So courses that you can study at Confetti Campus are more creative orientated. So you have games, film, TV, live events, music and visual effects. And you can live into the city campus accommodation. But as I said, you can also go private, but it's only 10 minutes walk between both campuses. So they're very close to each other.
Okay, so that leads us on to the virtual tour, which at the moment is really important for you guys. So we always invite you to come and visit our university, which obviously isn't possible during this time. So the best thing that you can do is head over to our virtual tour. So this gives you a chance to explore all of those campuses. You can look around the different buildings around the city, learn lots of interesting information, but also find more information about what courses are on offer and what the different schools have to offer as well.
So we will, just a quick note to say that we will upload a PDF version of the PowerPoint at the end. We'll try to do it in the chat, but if we can't do it in the chat, then Roman will send it to you. But then you can click, there's a few links like virtual tour is highlighted that you can click on directly, and will get you directly onto the right page of the website. Okay,
so back to the city. So Nottingham is a really vibrant city. There are 2 universities in Nottingham, so there's over 60,000 students. So it is a really, a really good vibe, a very youthful vibe as well. There's lots going on in Nottingham, whether you're into music or sports or arts. There's something for everybody, okay? It's not too big. The city's not too big, so it's not the size of London, but it's not too small either. So it's a really nice place for you to study, meet up with friends, but you'll soon understand the way the city works and find all your favourite places quite soon. It does also have lots of nice parks as well. So in those summer days, you can go with friends and take a picnic, but you've also got, good nightlife as well for those of you that are interested in that sort of thing. Okay, and then back to the accommodation, as Chloe said, so there's lots of different accommodation options on each campus. So you've got our own accommodation, there's also private accommodation options as well. There's 24-hour security with our accommodation, and you can choose between same gender or mixed accommodation, so that is completely down to your preference. But you will receive, you know, more detailed information about your accommodation once you've completed your booking. But you know, the huge amount of accommodation options, I couldn't possibly run through every single one during this webinar. But again, we will send you the information with the website link, so you can view and get an idea of what that accommodation looks like.
Okay, moving on. So I did mention before that, you know, we care about your teaching experience, but we also care about what's going on outside of the teaching time. So we do have many societies that are part of the Nottingham Trent Students Union. So we have over 110 societies. So they're usually a good place for you to meet people that have the same interest. So a very, you know, funny fact is that we do have a Disney society, for example, but we also have societies that would be, you know, the Math Society, or we could have the Cocktail Society. The full list is on our Nottingham Trent Students Union, but the good thing for you to know is that, yeah, there's over 110 societies, so there is something for everyone, and you can learn about them usually during Welcome Week. So traditionally, when Welcome Week takes place, what happens is that there is an event for you where it's called Student Freshers, and you can learn about each society and decide if you want to go and join them or not. So yeah, so we do encourage students to get involved with societies. It's great for you to make new friends and meet more people. On the same side, we also offer many sports at the university. So you can join a sports club during Welcome Week. Traditionally, that's what happens. You join a sports club in Welcome Week, especially if you want to do competition. So if you are a competitive athlete and you want to compete, or you just want to be part of the sports society and you think that you can make the team, then we do recommend to join as early as possible. Some sports clubs allow you to join throughout the year, but that would usually be for students who are not interested in the competition side. So they're more interested about doing the sport, practicing it, and learning more about it. We also offer Play for Fun, which essentially is a way for you to just go to one section of a sports club and just have fun with your friends. So this is something we offer. On the side of that, we also have gyms on both Clifton and City Campus. So you can join the gym. In Draculas, we have normally an agreement with a local gym, so you can do the same. So you can join the gym and stay fit if you want to do that. There is a good student price, and you will essentially hear more about it when you join the university. One of the key things is that if you are a competitive athlete, you should let us know, especially if you compete at national or higher level, so international level. Please do let us know, email us, you'll get our contact details at the end, and we can get you in touch with the sports team. So as you can see, NTU is one of the top 15 universities for performance sports, so that means that we do offer very good schemes for athletes to support them and carry on competing at high level for their sports. So this is something that we can offer. So please do get in touch if you are in that category. If you're not in that category, don't worry. You can join, as I said, a sports club at any time. Or it's the same with a gym. You can join it at any time. So it could be that in your second year, once you got used to the university, you decide, oh, right, I want to join the boxing sports club, for example, and that will be completely fine. You will be able to start as beginner or at a higher level if you are a bit more advanced. So support at NTU, we know that it's important, especially for students who come and study in a foreign country. So we do offer a wide range of support. So we have academic support. So we do offer like plenty of opportunities for you throughout the year to get academic support for your course. We have financial support, international student support, individual support, and health and well-being. So we do encourage you to, after the webinar, to go and visit the website link that is on the PowerPoint and learn more about each individual support you can get. But this is something that, you know, you shouldn't be afraid to go and request or go to a support session. This is completely fun. It is there for you to enjoy your university experience at its best and to help you when you are in a difficult situation and you need this extra help. So please do use the support services that we offer at NTU because it is there for you.
Okay, so on to employability. So, you know, lots of different options for when you study with us. So there's employability teams on our city campus, as well as our Clifton and Brackenhurst campus. So you can just drop into our employability team and ask them any questions that you may have with regards to careers and jobs, or you can book those appointments out as well if you need further support. So the kinds of things that we can help you with are things such as your CV. So, you know, we can help you develop a CV that is really suitable for the kind of job or career that you're wanting to go into. But we can also help with other things such as LinkedIn. So I'm sure you've heard of LinkedIn before. It's a website kind of like social media for jobs. So it's a really good way of making connections and also, you know, getting your name out there in terms of jobs. And we can also help you with interview practice. So if you have a job interview coming up, whether that's a part-time job or a career in the future, and we can help you with interview practice and develop those skills even further. But we'll also help you in terms of finding a part-time job, graduate job, or a placement if it's something that you are taking part in on your course. So we will advertise all of those opportunities within the employability team at NTU. As it says on here as well, we do offer this support online 24 hours a day. So you can go online and find lots of useful information on our website. In terms of jobs, if you are wanting to work part-time alongside your studies, you will need a national insurance number in order to work in the UK. But that's something that you can apply for once you've arrived in Nottingham. And the good news is that NTU graduates get jobs. Okay, so 97% of our graduates are in employment or further studies within 6 months of graduating. So that's a really positive indication of the, you know, the kind of prospects that you can have at NTU following your degree. And, you know, we've just listed some of the different options that you've got down the side there. So we've got 1-year work placements available. So that means that as part of your course, you can do something in a related field. So for example, if you are studying business management, you will go into a role for 1 year, which gives you a work placement that is paid, and it gives you that experience in the real world as well. There's also shorter work placements and some practical experience available as well. So maybe you just want to go and do some work experience for free, just to give you some idea of what it's like to work in the UK. You can do that as well. NTU is in the top 5 UK universities for undergraduate work placements. That links in with our employability team again, because we do support you to try and find those placements. And we've got partnerships with over 6,000 companies. So at NTU, you know, we really want your course to be beneficial to getting you on that path in your future career and what you want to do.
Okay, so obviously, you know, we welcome students from all around the world. So we do try to give you the best global experience as possible. We know that you come for a UK experience, but it's also beneficial for you to meet people from all around the world and learn from them, learn from their culture, learn, you know, like more about them in general. So we do have students that from over 150 countries. So this is great because usually when you join your companies, you're likely to have someone that works with you that is not from your country. So it does give you like great, skills to be able to understand them better, and also making great friends. So you could just want to make friends with loads of people from all around the world, which is, completely fine. Myself, I'm not from the UK, I'm French. And as you can see, I work with Richie, who is from the UK. So it is great to learn more from each other and make new friends that are from different nationalities. So this is something that you'll be able to do at NTU. We do offer, as I said before, international student support, so it's available for you. We have a global lounge, so this is a social place for you to meet and meet with your friends, hang out, and also learn more about all the cultures in general. So they organize plenty of activities throughout the year. One of the best activities that they offer is the Global Week. So we do have a Global Week where every student can showcase their culture and then share it with the rest of the students and even the staff members. So it's a great opportunity for you to just say, this is what's great about, for example, the Slovakian culture, the Czech culture, this is what it's all about. So this is something that is quite notable about the Global Lounge, but they also organize loads of activities every week. So they would have language cafe where you can chat to another student from a different country and learn another language, for example, and other activities. Something that could be interesting for some of you is that in the past they have, for example, hosted live broadcast of the Football World Cup. That's just an example, but it's just to kind of bring people together and organize a nice social event so you can chat and make new friends. Okay, so another thing that you might have heard and you may not have heard is that we do offer international scholarships. So this is something that we would encourage everyone to apply. So if you have applied already, that's great. Thank you for applying. And I hope that you received a positive answer. If you've not applied yet, we would encourage you to do so. We do have 2 upcoming deadlines, so Wednesday 13th of May and Wednesday 24th of June. So we do encourage you. We do have postgraduate scholarships. So we have the postgraduate scholarship in general can go up to half tuition fee. So this is something that is, a great incentive for you, and you should definitely apply. Don't judge yourself and be like, I can't get a scholarship. We will make the judgment ourselves. So the only thing you need to do is have an offer with us to study, and then you need to fill in a scholarship form. So everything will be on the website, and we can share everything with you after the webinar. We also offer undergraduate scholarships. So we have an EU undergraduate scholarship, and we offer £1,000 per academic year or £1,000 for the first year. So we do encourage you to do so. We know that most of you will be applying for the UK government loan student finance on the side. So if you do apply for that, then the £1,000 scholarship, if you receive it, will be removed directly from your fees. So this means that the government loan will be reduced if you want to use a government loan. So yeah, so we would encourage you to talk to Roman about it if you want to learn more about student finance, and he'll be able to give you more information.
Okay, so in terms of our entry requirements, so I'll just talk to you a little bit about the English language requirements. So there are a huge number of different ways in which you can meet our English language requirements, and all of these, again, there is a link on this PowerPoint. So when we send that across, you will be able to click into that link and find the list of accepted qualifications that we use for your courses. Just as a note, though, we do accept the TOEFL IBT Special Home Edition. So obviously, with regards to the current situation, you may need to take an English language test. that allows you to enter, you know, different universities at an NTU. So the IBT TOEFL allows you to do that English language test from home and have the chance to meet our English language requirements by taking the test in your own home. So there is a link on there as well from which you can find out more information about this test. Just as another note as well, we have just this week launched the KITE test at NTU. So if anybody is struggling to meet the English language requirement, we can now offer you a free English language test through NTU, of which you should have received an email. And Rowan and Camille, maybe you've received the email as well with directions as to how to obtain that test.
Actually, I did not, but would be nice if you can resend it to me later. I can share it with students.
That's fine, not a problem.
Perfect.
Okay, and then on to coronavirus. So I really don't want to dwell on this for a long time, but we really do understand that this is a super worrying time for you guys and students and people around the world. But what me and Chloe want to get across to you is that we really, really are here to support you every step of the way. So seriously, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact us, whether that's by email, or if you want to arrange a phone call or something like that, we can contact you in a number of different ways, and you can ask us any questions and we will be there to support you with that. But again, there is a link on this page which will take you straight to our coronavirus page on the NTU website, and that is where we post all of our latest information, of which you can find you know, our latest guidance and updates from our management team as well.
Okay, so obviously, you know, things have changed around the world, and you know, if we had plans to come and visit you and talk to our offer orders in countries, this is no longer possible. So one way that we have arranged for you to ask further questions, if you do feel like in a week's time or in 2 weeks' time questions come up, or you just want to listen to other people's questions because they will be asking questions, we do have virtual events. So the latest one have taken place on Facebook, so you can click the link and see the one that have been scheduled. So I will be doing one in 2 weeks' time on Facebook Live, so feel free to join me, and if you have any new question by then, you can ask them directly in the chats, in the Facebook Live chat. There will be obviously other people asking questions, so you might actually listen to it and hear information that you didn't think about asking and actually are very relevant to you. So we do encourage you to come and join you. This is something that you can watch after it's gone live. So if you're not available at the time, you can watch it later. It will be available on our Nottingham Trent International Facebook page. So you can definitely watch it later. This is not an issue. So yeah, so feel free to click and see the one that has been scheduled, but as I said, I will be doing one in 2 weeks' time. In addition to that, this is our contact details. So we would encourage you obviously to talk with Roman if you have any relevant question for him. If you have very specific question for us, we do have a Europe email address that we would encourage you first to use. So this europe@ntu.ac.uk email address is both looked after by myself and Richie. So this is the best place for you to inquire further questions, because we both look at it. So the first one to see your email will reply to you. However, if you know you've not heard back, or for some reason you're experiencing delays, you can always email our work email address as well, which is below. So it's chloe.chiozo@ntu.ac.uk and richie.lee@ntu.ac.uk. So yes, feel free to email us. You can also contact Roman or Camille, and they can email us directly as well. So feel free to email in the best possible way. We'll try to answer all your questions now. But if you have any further questions, as I said, we're available.
Excellent. It was good job, guys. It was good job. I was listening carefully. And maybe I would like to ask about the replacement of the IELTS or Cambridge or TOEFL. If people don't want to pay, because I think so they have to pay for this IBT, Richie. And regarding your test, is it free of charge or do they have to pay something?
Yeah. It is free of charge. Sorry, Richie, go on.
Yeah, so it's literally, it's brand new. It's just been launched this week. So, you know, there's not many people taking advantage of that test yet, but it is something that is available to offer holders if they are struggling to meet the English language requirements. It is a free test, and there are certain instructions as to how an applicant or you yourself can apply for an applicant to take the test. But we can send that information on to you so you've got that in more detail, because you do need to follow a set of instructions to get the test.
All right, perfect. Because I'm not sure if you know, but in Slovakia, we government cancelled the A-levels, and students will receive their grades according to their GPA average. But the problem is they cannot sit for the B2 exam, which is the entry requirement. So in order to gain any English qualification, this is a good option.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Richie.
No, you go on, Chloe. It's fine.
I was just going to say, in order for them to apply for the test, they do need to have an offer with us. So we would have emailed all of the holders, so they should have all received an email. But the student can apply themselves, or they can apply through you. So you can also submit you can also submit a request for students to get the test. There is very specific eligibility and so on, but if they're unable to take their test, as you said, if they're unable to take the B2, we would expect them to be eligible for the test, but they do need to meet all the conditions, so they need to make sure to check the email. But yeah, it's free of charge. And it's it's a very good test, and we're hoping that it helps students in this type of situation who don't want to have the financial burden on the side of taking TOEFL or IELTS.
Perfect. You covered all possible topics. You answered all my questions, but maybe I'm not sure if I didn't notice it about Freshers Week, right? You organize in big event at the beginning of school year or academic year. Do you know anything more detailed about semester study start yet, or it's not decided?
It's still being looked at, so we're following government advice. We're still getting ready for a September start, but nothing has been confirmed yet. So I can't give you the information just yet, but we will inform, our agents, and we'll inform our students as soon as we have the information. So at the moment, sorry, we can't give you the information just yet.
Sure, but we are very lucky in this unfortunate situation that we have still 4 months to go.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in 1 month time, it will be completely different, and hopefully it will be all forgotten about this COVID and everything. Yeah. About accommodation, do students have to pay upfront? Richie, maybe you know more. Do they have to pay upfront, or is it fine just to book it and maybe pay upfront some deposit?
Yeah, so usually the way it works is that if it's our accommodation, then the offer holder, the student, would pay a deposit, and with us, that deposit would be refundable in the event of something happening in the future. With our private providers, that's something that you would need to check, and we really urge anybody that is looking at accommodation to really read through the contracts in detail, because the private providers, will have different sets of rules and things like that with regards to deposit payments, and any upfront payments, and also in terms of refunds as well. So we just really urge you to do the research. And we've got an accommodation team, and we can also give you their email address. They are the ones that have got all of the knowledge, so they will be able to support you looking for accommodation, but also looking at the finer, small details as well, to make sure that students are really comfortable in their choice of accommodation and the payments that they need to make as well.
And Richie, if I can ask you, maybe you can find a web page of accommodation office on internet.
Yeah, we can send that across to you. There is a web page, on our website, and the accommodation team is accommodation@ntu.ac.uk if students have any questions.
All right. Okay, guys. So I'm really happy to have you here. And guys, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. We have one question.
We have one.
We have one question, yes.
Samuel.
Do you know any famous people who studied on NTU? I think so. He means alumni. Any alumni? Word of
yes.
Except
yeah. So there's quite a few, but one of them is called Paul Kay, and he was actually featured in Game of Thrones. So this is something that's probably gonna, it'd be quite exciting fact for most people. That we do have an alumni that was in Game of Thrones. There's also quite a couple of sports related alumni. So we do have famous hockey players or famous rugby players and so on. I think the best way for you to just kind of browse through the list is that if you go on Google and just put NTU notable alumni, you will get the full list of them. Because obviously, depending on your interest, you might find an alumni more exciting than the other. But we do have also loads of alumni testimony on our website and also on Instagram. They do share their stories and where they're at. So it's something that is quite good for you to look at in general. So I'll give you quickly what's their Instagram name is, just NTU alumni. So all in one word, NTU ALUMNI, and they constantly post alumni story on there, and it's a great way for you to see, even with non-famous related alumni, you can see what they've gone on to doing after they graduated. So you could see someone that did the exact same course that you want to do, and you can see what type of career they went on in doing. So it's a great way to catch up on that. So definitely recommend doing that.
Excellent. Guys, I think so we are on time. It was 50 minutes, and I think so not to make it too long. So people will be able to watch it. I would like to thank you for your time, Richie and Chloe.
Thank you, Roman.
If you can send me presentation, I will share it on our social medias. If I can send it to students. They can check the links, and I would like to ask to all students who are watching this to at least follow NTU on Instagram or Facebook, so they will receive updated information directly to their phones on daily basis. So they will not rely on us or our opinions or yours, but you will get information directly from NTU. You can see their facilities, buildings, and the events eventually when they will be on. NTU on Instagram, on Facebook, and you will get all the information you need. Guys, thank you very much, and please send me everything to email, and it will be a pleasure to speak in English again.
Thank you, Roman. It was a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you.
Good, guys, and stay safe. In 3 weeks' time, Corona is over.
Hopefully.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much, and bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.